Daydreaming, let your mind escape. Stay dreaming in your world for me. Daydreaming, dream your heart away. Sky blue eyes, I see a world behind them. No more time, sinking into the silence, reaching out for something you may never find, looking for a reason not to lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know.
Be golden.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to URL Ultimate Rocket League semifinals and in our playoffs for season 1. My name is Nolan. With me today, I've got two of our favorite casters. One of them new, but soon to be your favorite. We've got Mr. Henny and we've got Beretta. Beretta, how you doing?
Well, doing well. Thank you for having me.
Dude, it's an absolute pleasure. I know you were psyched to be here. I know that we're gonna have a great time, and I'm just psyched to kind of have everything going. Henny, are you back?
I'm back.
There
I'm
he is.
back.
Let's go. Henny,
What's up?
dude, joining us all the way overseas to be here at this cast means the world. Glad to have you. And I mean, honestly, I don't think you could be here for a better game. I think this is going to be one of the best games that we're going to have in a very long time.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for this one. There's a lot of good players on here. A lot of high end players on here.
Yep.
Twan being the one that you wouldn't expect off the team, but
Right.
he's worth an MVPR right now. Which, uh, people don't know what MVPR. It just takes all your stats and puts it together, and just shows how much you actually mean to your team.
Right.
Doter is up there, but which is weird because Doter being a 2K player at one point, and Twan being I think at 1600 and threes coming into the season.
Yep.
Um, and to have Twan being the guy carrying the team is shocking. But I mean, it just goes to speak of how good Twan's gotten. I mean, a lot of it probably comes from them guys just being able to facilitate to Twan.
Right.
And then on the other side, man, you got One Tap who's second in the league right now, uh, carrying his team all the way through playoffs. So we have to see how that goes.
We're in for a treat. But before we go ahead and get started here, we do have a little GM appearance here for us from the Pirates. Unfortunately, Pete is unable to be here for the Miners today, so I'll be filling that spot. Let's go ahead and hear from Mr. Square of Pegasus, one of the better GMs this season, leading his team to semifinals, of course, being the GM of the Pirates. Mr. Square of Pegasus, how are we doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys doing?
Dude, I'm not doing too bad. We got a full squad here. We got a full lobby here. I'm psyched for this game. Are you?
I'm excited. Yeah.
It'll be good. It'll be good. So we wanted to kind of get your opinion on the season. How these guys are doing. Your expectations for the game, and really kind of just send a little message to the boys so that when they watch back the VOD, they'll know what's been going on.
I think the season's doing great so far. I'm excited to see how far URL has come since I've joined and how much farther I expect it to go. As for the team, I think they're doing great. After a few roster changes, I feel like I have a pretty strong team here with a good synergy. People that get really I guess just really understand each other when they play, and I wish them luck. I really hope they make it all the way through.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, man.
Mhm.
You're going up against a team with a guy like Doter who is very, threes centric, and Twan as well. And you're going up against them with a ones guy, a hardcore, one of my favorite guys when it comes to ones. How is that gonna play in where you're going against a team that's very threes oriented?
Against the team that's very threes oriented is would probably be a little bit of a challenge since we do have one tap who is very ones oriented. So, but I feel like with the current roster that we have going, that once they start communicating, that they are able to make plays out of each other, and it really comes up to just who's better at that point. I mean, and then San Francisco does have a very good team. I feel like this would be a very difficult match to win.
Yeah, so I think a lot of us know, Doter, Kami, and Twan. But coming into this, I was looking at the roster. Who is Rainbow and uh Rainbow and who's your third
Pain.
one? Silly Man.
I think Pain is the name on here.
Yeah.
So can you give us a little background on those guys?
Payne, I picked him up after a tryout during the middle of the season after we had a replacement for our other player. He's been a good fit so far. And Rainbow, he's been with the team the whole time. Same with One Tap, and they just he's kind of like the morale backbone, the communicator of the team, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be cool to be in there, listening to them. I don't think a lot of people have ever heard One Tap talk unless it's on stream. So
Haven't.
I'm gonna say, yeah, he's a pretty quiet guy.
Right. But, well, I'm glad that we were able to kind of get an idea of what this team going up against the Miners is going to be able to do. But I'll be honest with you, I'm the representative from the Miners, so I'm going to talk a little about the Miners while you have kind of said your thing about the Pirates. As far as the Miners go, they're well oriented. They're threes players. They come here to be able to do their thing and win. And I think that it's going to be a real good match because I think these guys, last week they played the Tikis. Nothing against the Tikis, but they're taking this game seriously. Whereas, maybe it was a little bit more fun last week for them. But I'm excited to see what the Miners are going to be able to do. They've been hyped all season. I know that Twan said that he was going to try and own goal a whole bunch this series to try to take my title from me, but that's just simply not going to happen. But I'm excited for them. I think they're going to do great, and really, I think we got a great game for us in hand here. I mean, you guys agree?
I agree. Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Pegasus, for joining us. We are going to go ahead and see what this game brings for us in the next couple of minutes here. Really appreciate you coming on, and we'll have to see what happens.
Hey, man, thanks for having me.
Of course. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
All right, Mr. Henny and Beretta, we've got a couple of things left to cover before we go ahead and get into this game. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the brackets here. For the Ultimate Division, we saw contenders go ahead and happen yesterday. We didn't really know what was going to happen. Obviously, it was a toss-up. Yetis ended up winning, but we take a look at this Ultimate bracket. We're looking at this top game right here. We got the Goldminers versus the Pirates. Obviously, you guys know that, but the Miners coming in 6-2, Pirates, I believe, at 5-3 or 4-4. One of the two. We'll get to the stats in a second. But that is the matchup we're going to be taking here. Winner of this game will be going to the finals to take on either the winners of the Angels or the Blizzards game, and that'll be a real treat for us. Mr. Henny, I know you're a stats guy, but Retta, I know that you like that stuff too. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the stats here. What do you guys got?
So looking at the stats, man, we're looking at the Pirates, right? And we're with the Pirates, One Tap is the guy for them. Like that's their offense, that's their defense. Let me go back to them real quick. I was actually on yours real quick, but
You good?
we got One Tap with 33 goals. 12 more goals more than Rainbow. He's averaging 1.3 goals per game. He's got one less assist than
Did
Rainbow,
you just say he's
and
averaging 1.3 goals per game?
he is One Tap is averaging
That's
1.338 goals
nuts.
per game.
Because on this graphic, the Pirates in themselves average 2.9. So if one tap is responsible for 1.3 of them, that's a crazy number to think about. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. Okay. No problem, man. No, that is crazy. I haven't actually saw that graphic, so
No, you're good.
that is pretty impressive. But he's also responsible for 2.08 saves. So one tap is, I mean, we're looking at it. He's like half their goals, half their saves is one tap. Um, and he's got 50 saves versus the next guy being 32. So he's their offense and defense. He's their pivot point. So I mean, this is going to be a, you know, for Carolina, it's going to be how well does one tap come out and just really show out, and how well do the guys, behind him play with him? Like, can they be the backbone that one tap's going to need? Especially against the San Francisco team that's pretty intense.
100%. I think that's pretty accurate, and I think we're really, stats do tell some of the story, but it's all about what happens in the game. You never know who's going to pop off. You never know who's feeling good. You never know what's going to happen aside from that. Looking at the Miners here, we've got their goals. They've got 3.1 goals per game. Their shots out of this world, 9.5 per game, and their saves are at 4.1. So pretty much, all within at least, 0.7 of each other in these stats. Should be looking like a super close game. So I
And
really...
you know the crazy part is when we actually break down those stats, right? When I'm looking
Yep.
at them right here, it is almost equal across the whole entire field right now. Kami doesn't have, um, he doesn't have the goals. Like, he's got 20 goals versus 28 and 37. But their goals per game are looking at 1.9 and 1.3. I mean, it's literally just breaking it down right there into thirds. Assists per game is the exact same way, just a third. And then their saves are all there. So, like, I mean, this is a team. Like, everything is happening in the team. They're all, at the same spot, um, together. So there's not one carrying the other, even though Tuan does have about 9 more goals than Doder.
Right. All gonna
It's
end up being
very,
that team, right?
yeah, it's definitely, you know, uh, organized, and you could definitely tell that they all play into it very well, and they're a very organized team going into this. I can definitely say we're going to expect a lot of good rotations and team play from them.
I'm excited to see what's gonna happen from here. For me, I personally am from the Carolinas myself. I want the Carolinas to win. That's my predictions. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say as well.
Oh, Hetty, you go first. What are you thinking?
Man, I really want to be the guy that calls a sweep.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
but I don't think I'm going to. But I'm
Okay.
gonna say that San Fran, the Miners win this one, 4-1.
4-1. Beretta, did you have a number on your game?
I mean, I think we're gonna go for a nice, maybe 4-3. I think all the way through.
Ooh, game 7. Okay. I would not mind seeing that.
I
I
think it
would
would be
love to
great.
see a
That'd
game
be great.
7, but I'm telling you, that's gonna be a push for these Carolina boys.
I
I
think
believe.
it's possible. It's possible, but we will have to see once we get into the game. I'll give you my prediction. I think the Miners are going to take it 4-1. I do think Twan will definitely be showing us a couple of his own goals, and to be honest with you, I think that'll probably throw a game or two. But we'll give a little buffer, and there's a whole lot of people that want to see this game. So let's go ahead and get this going.
The best thing about this is I know there's gonna be one clip. There's gonna be one like amazing clip that comes
Yep,
out of this game.
absolutely, 100%. Well, let's go ahead and get this game underway. Miners versus Pirates, best of 7. And let's all just remember that it is April Fool's, so of course, Rocket League did add extra sound effects in game to make sure that this became just as interesting as it ever could be.
The biggest supporter out there right now.
The crowd, listen, the crowd is absolutely wonderful. I love that they added that. It's so funny. It's so good. Kamikaze off of a read. It doesn't end up going in. Great save from Payne.
Nolan, let me ask, man. You know these guys pretty well yourself too. So
Sure.
who do you think the clip's gonna come from? Who do you think is gonna be the
Oh,
guy to make the first clip?
that's a great question. Who do I think is going to make that first clip? I think it could easily end up being Steph. But I also think that if you're going to see a clip from these Miners, you're going to see a team play. It's going to be a pass downfield. the Doter on backboard and touch it down. But I mean, let's not talk about the Miners right away here. Let's focus on the Pirates. They look solid already. They're not falling behind by any means yet. They look like they're able to keep up so far. Granted, we're only a minute in, but I definitely wouldn't take anything away from the Pirates at all right now.
I'm not gonna take anything away from them, but I think right now going through a guy like Doter's head is this is the first game of a best of 7. This is a field game.
Right.
So if these Pirates come out just blazing, and kind of show all their cards, Doter's gonna make sure that he leads his team into knowing that they're gonna have to switch it up and how to play the long game. And you're just gonna keep seeing them roll on through there. So I'm hoping that the Pirates don't come out too strong, and it's just a little field game for both teams, and whoever takes the first game just takes the first game.
Right.
And then we'll start seeing them actually really open up in the next couple games.
100%. Now, Henny, I know that you know your way around a best of 7, but I will be honest. We were casting the Contenders game the other day, and we didn't see, as much, noticeability in the best of 7. The Contender players who aren't always in situations, aren't always in playoffs, aren't always in other events that might end up being best of 7. They might not have as much familiarity with, kind of that longevity game in a game as, these guys might be. If you're Dota, if you're Kami, you've been playing on esports teams, you are in collegiate Rocket League, playing for colleges. I know that Kami is, I know that Dota is. Twan will be there in a year as soon as he graduates. All these guys are accustomed to the best of 7. They know the longevity game, and I have to assume that OneTap probably does too. But it's probably not something that the Pirates are as comfortable with as the Miners, and I think that could certainly be a big game changer, or something to remember at least in this game.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a huge thing. I mean, best of 7s is a long series.
Right.
But a guy like OneTap, right, as quiet as he is in the few conversations I've had with him, the guy knows the game, and he knows his way around it. And I know that Mr. Combs within his team, he's very announcing.
Right.
And so he's going to be there to make sure that these guys know when to breathe. He's going to be able to, voice his opinion. They're going to listen, I think.
Right.
But I'm not too afraid to say that like one team's gonna be the best in the longevity, but they're they got both teams have a 2K player
Right.
at something, so they all know how to do it, and they'll be able to lead their team into making sure that they know when to put the foot on the gas, or when to relax and just take them breaths.
Absolutely.
I think this is gonna be a lot different than what we saw last night. We were talking about the Contenders I was watching. I mean, I was trying to message Zanko before that last game.
Oh, really?
I was
Oh, wow.
trying to get him in there. Trying to let him know. Hey, you guys have to control the ball a little bit more. From after game 3, man, they just started throwing the ball away. Made one mistake through the ball away. It's like you have to control it, make your
Right.
touches count, and make sure your comms get back on there, because I'll tell you, that's the first thing that I knew that happened to those guys, is that the comms fell.
Yeah.
And they even said it in the they even were talking about it within the interview.
Yep. Absolutely. Beretta, what are you thinking here? What are your thoughts so far?
Watching here, I've definitely seen that the Miners have definitely picked it up ever since the beginning.
Yep.
Definitely really putting on the pressure now. And it seems like the Pirates are really holding on still. They answered. Ooh, and as I say that right now, Twan scores it.
Absolutely. It is just that simple, but you're absolutely right. Great work from the Miners, climbing themselves out of a hole from the start of the game. They found themselves on defense fast, but I mean, here they are at 2 goals, 50 seconds left. We could definitely see game 1 go to OT. I mean, I want that. I'll be honest. I think it'd be great to see that. But anything else from the Pirates at least, Brado?
Well, it seems that right now the offense is definitely doing pretty well with the passing. They just need to get that one little finish, and then I think most of the stuff will start clicking.
Right.
But
Yeah.
overall, both these teams have definitely seemed like they come out to play. Game 1, great.
Any new thoughts on the series though? I think now that I've seen both these guys kind of play, this game 1 has been close, but I do think that we're gonna see, a couple more close games, and it's not just gonna be, for the next 4. I think as long as we see the close game that we want to see, I think we're in for a good series. Oh no. Unfortunate. The clapping is unreal in this game, I'll tell you that much. The Goldmine is going to take game number 1 though, 2-1. I mean, initial thoughts here.
Hmm.
Anything.
I don't know. The crowd guys really got me.
Right.
The bench.
The
I'm
crowd
over here
is
trying to
fun.
screw something up, and he just straight up said, "Man, I wish I could play like that."
Well, you gotta love that. The crowd, this was certainly a funny addition for Rocket League for the day, but overall, the Miners, they started off more defensive, and they had to, protect a flurry of shots on their net. And the Pirates looked, amazing to start the game. One tap with a cheeky goal. But really, other than that, we didn't see too much more Pirates offense until the end there. As long as they're able to break out consistently, out of their side and at least take some shots, a couple of them are going to go in. Like I said, not I said, but as Henny said, we are still awaiting that clip, and it's going to be nuts when we get it. But we have to eagerly await it to happen. We don't know when it's going to end up happening. We just know it's going to happen. We don't even know by who yet. But it'll be exciting once we kind of get that idea.
Game 2, as we get it underway.
Game
This
2.
kickoff right here could definitely determine something right now in the pace of this game.
Absolutely. Miners already on the ball. Twan with a little card change. Interesting choice.
Rainbow gets a nice clear down. One tap off the back wall. Ooh, nice save.
That's close. I mean, it's oh boy,
Ooh,
this could be
Payne seems
trouble.
like he's having a tough time. Ooh.
Oh boy, there's just a lot going on here, and the Pirates are trying to make every opportunity they can. And there's one over Toter, and there it is.
He really caught Doder right there. I'm not sure what happened, but it seemed like he got a little bit too close on the inside post, and One Tap just capitalized on that.
Absolutely. And that's great work from One Tap. And to be honest with you, Doder was certainly a little bit out of position there. He definitely won't let it happen again. This is Rocket League. I love it, man. This is too good. Oh my goodness.
The set goes over one. Close. Payne, Quan, no boost. The Doder goes up, pushes to the corner. Payne. One up. Ooh, no cigar. Watching here, Kami with a nice shot. One Tap's really dictating the pace here.
Oh, that's a pass. Yeah, I think One Tap, that is the one thing that One Tap is going to have going for him. He dictates the entire pace of the game. However fast One Tap goes is the speed of the game, 100%. No matter his teammates, no matter his opponents. Because to be honest with you, One Tap, as a ones man is, probably the best player on the field at any given time throughout this league, and to be honest with you, in URL.
I haven't seen much of these players. I've seen some of Doder,
Yep.
playing in some six-mans, but I'm really excited to see what these guys have in store, for the rest of the series. Overall, it's pretty good. Like, you see these games, they're all really close with the shot from Doder as well to make it 2-1. That was great. Like, from the moment this game started, I knew it was going to be a battle.
Yep.
So Nolan, I would come in here and actually disagree with you
About
the One Tap.
Henny, we fighting
One
again?
Tap,
Is that what's gonna happen here?
I think we're about to fight.
I love it.
And I want to say that I disagree for the simple fact is that One Tap being a
So
and,
I
and
wanna.
his play style. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I meant individually best player, not threes player. That's all.
Okay.
I
okay.
think he's
I was
the
gonna
best
say,
player on the field individually. In any 1v1 matchup, he will beat anybody in this lobby. In terms of threes, it's a little bit different because you got these guys who are a little bit more versed in it. But that's all I was saying. If you still disagree, 100%, I got you.
No, I'd agree with that. One v
But-
one, yeah. I'm taking one tap every time.
Absolutely. Even as a threes guy, he's really not doing so bad. You know, he's got the moves. He knows where he needs to put the ball. I think it's kind of just, you know, playing around with his teammates.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know,
Wow.
one tap is a very space oriented guy. You know, he likes to have his space.
Yup.
So, you know, for these guys, if they could just shut down one tap, having too much space, then it's gonna make it really hard for one tap to actually
No
break out
way.
mechanics and get those good passes out for him.
For sure. You know, you're talking about the mechanics, the passes here. We've seen One Tap do it pretty regularly in this game already. He sits midfield, he waits for that pass mid, and just tries to get it out to somebody else to see if they have a quick shot on the net. I think it's going to work well for the Pirates. They're already coming up with strategy. They know that they're not going to, you know, beat these guys, you know, straight up on passes and their threes knowledge, but they know that they need to be able to figure something out, and I think that they're going about it the smart way here.
Yeah, they utilize one tap to be able to sit there and facilitate the ball quickly without allowing the ego challenges.
Right.
Then one tap's going to be very useful. But if he starts getting on the ball, they will shut that down pretty fast. And Dota definitely knows, you know, how to do that quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Arena
But
one.
I am.
No,
Go ahead.
No, you. Oh, you.
We'll just say it, I'm a little shocked right now that we're looking at a 3-1.
No. Like, you think it'd be
'cause
more
I-
or closer?
I think it'd be closer. You know,
Okay.
even though I was saying 4-1 in the series, I'm thinking that, you know, I was thinking all these games are going to be won by just being goalless.
Right.
So if they start winning by 2-3 goals, it's gonna be rough to, you know, keep that mental straight. That's what these best of sevens come down to. Who's gonna have the best mentality?
Absolutely. And it's always tough, you know, going down any amount of games, but I think with these guys, you have the best opportunity to kind of keep that mental game up until game 4. You know, you get down to game 4, and these guys know they have the most time and experience in the game. Anything can happen in game 4. As long as you still have a fighting chance, you're still in this. And I think that that's kind of what we'll be able to kind of give them that little bit of hope. But if the Miners keep shooting like they do right now, we are seeing One Tap slice and dice here. Unfortunately, can't get too much going, but I think you're right. I think we kind of just need to see what the long game brings us. We kind of see what these players are able to do. Little air dribble here. Finish it up. One for the road. Can One Tap get it? Oh, great save.
Honestly, lockdown defense.
Looks good. The Goldminers look good.
Yeah, they definitely are playing the way that, you know, I expected. I mean, look at Dota and Kami, you know, right there next to each other.
Right.
You know, Twan's not doing bad. I was expecting a little bit more out of Twan.
Well, Twan's doing his part. You're right. You're right. I certainly am expecting him to pop off, but I think we could honestly see the clip come from him.
I hope so. I hope we do. I know Twan's got the skills for it. So
Right. Well, game 2 in the books. Miners up 2-0. I think we are not all surprised by this, but I think we could see a Pirates win the next game. I think the Miners could potentially start to feel comfortable. Pirates could start to figure it out, and you know, maybe we see them take a game, or the Miners just sweep. You never know. Who knows?
I think the Pirates' best opportunity was definitely game 1.
Yeah. Yep.
I think when when the Miners are sitting there playing the feel out game, I think that was about the best opportunity the Pirates, in my opinion, were going to actually be able to take one of these games. It was game 1 or 2.
Right.
But, I mean, these boys know that, you know, it's 2 games now just to shut this down and get off and go to sleep.
Oh, we have a roster change. East
I
Coast
see it.
Ghost. Oh, I'm a big fan of that.
Oh, wow.
This can definitely spice some things up.
This changes everything, by the way. East Coast coming in. We've got a 1s player, a 2s player, and a 3s player in this game right now. And I'm kind of rocking with that. I think that's an awesome, kind of twist in this game. And I think East Coast, also is, big in the threes, so he could potentially even, help out in the lineup, in the rotations, and I think that's honestly where the Pirates need the help. But I'm excited to see what he can do.
What the Pirates need to do is put pressure on the Miners. I mean, we just saw that the leading score line for the Pirates was due to 4 saves.
Right.
You know, you gotta let these guys put the ball on net, and you have to make 5-6 saves. They're gonna score. They're gonna score 1 or 2 of those. And if you can't score yourself, you'll get beat. It's just the basic. So
Right.
They have to start putting the pressure on and stop sitting back. They have to realize when the Miners put 2 up and they have an opportunity for a counterattack, they have to really bust on it and break on the ball and start pushing it. And look for that midfield pass. Instead of playing wide, look for the midfield pass and try setting somebody up pretty quickly.
My goodness, Twan brings it from one end to the other, and Zoder finishes the job. And this is great effort from Twan, who's in his third different part of the series, by the way.
Look right there, the midfield pass, man.
Yup. That's it.
Well, not really midfield, but it's a center pass, perfectly put center. Playing it when you play those center balls, man, it's one of the most dangerous ways of playing Rocket League. You're gonna score a lot more.
Oh. There it is.
They have to right back.
They need
This
that
could be
one.
a real pivotal game.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, Beretta, these are your guys. It's got to be nice to see one go in, right?
100%. Always got a fighting chance.
This crowd is so funny, by the way. This is I love the crowd. It's so good.
I am not gonna lie to you, with the Miners being red in their colors, every time I look at the red, like the orange team, I'm always thinking it's the Miners, and I have to go back and be like, oh, that's actually the Pirates.
Yeah, I'll make sure I fix that up for finals. I will make sure you don't have to do any double take there. That's a great demo from East Coast. Oh, this could be big. Kane goes for the demo. Oh no.
Patience. Ooh, double commit.
Right there, I think as that demo was happening, East Coast should have jumped and just put it low.
Yup.
Because you have the guy coming in for the demo, you're already forcing that last man to jump up, or he's getting taken out again. So East Coast should have just went straight for the ball, hit it low, and it would have scored.
An unfortunate miss here from one tap, but it leads to Goldminer goal number 2, 2-1 in the series. Pirates gotta climb back into this game if they, don't want to be facing, a match elimination point. Give it to us, Beretta.
Yeah, start giving us the play-by-play.
I love it.
Play by play. Oh man.
Got it, dude.
Well, Tommy goes up, plays it over to the corner. Not much really going on, just the East Coast. Tap. Payne with a nice little doink. Gets ejected. Doder following up, taking his time, flicks. Gets sent out. One tap, takes a shot. Tommy just puts that to the side.
Oh boy.
Payne. Up. One tap, following the play.
Really good turn by Kami to get on that ball and push it to that corner.
Honestly, much of it has been going in circles. No one has really been holding much possession. It's just been going from corner to corner.
Right.
Boomer ball, honestly.
Well, ping
So
pong action.
I will help you out there that this has been all possession and ownership of this ball by the Miners. A lot of the times when you're watching these teams and they're pushing the ball to the corners, it's to keep the ball in their possession because they know their second or third man is over there. They're not trying to force the shot. They're looking for the right shot. So by throwing them into the corners and you're allowing your teammates to get on the ball on the, you start pushing that defense out, and that's what they've been doing to these the Pirates. was just pushing them out of that. They just never really got a good shot. The Pirates stood their ground and kept going back with them.
I'd love to see a little bit of control from the Pirates here, but it really kind of just looks like we're seeing so much more of it from the Miners. Oh!
What an answer.
That's great. One tap, thank you very much for tuning into the stream. Glad you were able to give your immediate response to my statement. That's a great job. Kami not able to get back for it. Little pass from East Coast. And ladies and gentlemen, we could be going to overtime if something doesn't change the next 20 seconds. Let's go. Absolutely. It's got a little bit of momentum here too. One tap, little shot. It's gonna find its way in. Oh wow. What do you boys think?
That's the breakdown of the defense, man.
Yeah, a little bit.
That is a hard mechanical error by two people right there.
I think you called it, Nolan. The Miners, you believed that they would get a little complacent and that the Pirates would take the third game.
Yeah, absolutely. But, oh, Kami had an opportunity here. Ball is still up, though. It is never over until it's over, and I'd be far more willing to take an overtime here. But the Carolina Pirates are going to end up taking a game. They take game 3. They go down 1 in the series, 2-1.
One tap took that game over, man.
Yep. I mean, it was very clear. He wanted to win the game. He wanted to see it keep going. And to be honest with you, he very much took it into his control. And towards the end there, you know, he took the control from the from the Miners a little bit. I don't know that it was like a full take control, but he certainly took advantage of everything he could control. And I think that's where you have to give him credit.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at what we got. 10 shots by the Pirates, and we've got 12 by the Goldminers. But we had, one tap was not only just on offense, he was on defense, and
Right.
I mean, he really carried both sides of the field for them.
100%. Game number 4 coming up here. I mean, do you guys think anything changes, or do you think that this is going to be a Miners pop back?
I think the Miners are gonna pop back because I mean, right here, I mean, like we just saw, like one tap had for them to get a one goal win. One tap had to play offense and defense.
Right.
I mean, it's gonna be tough. Like it's gonna be tough to keep that up for 4 full games of him doing that. 3. You can sit here and do a best of 5, go to 5.
Right.
He could keep it up for 3 games, get the win. But when you're doing a best of 7, and you're adding those extra 2 games, and he's got to really push that, it's gonna be rough to keep up that same play.
Oh.
He's good.
That's the clip.
Look at
That's
that.
the one.
That's a beautiful redirect by Payne.
It's a great team play by the Pirates. One tap knows he needs to take it back. Gives it the ghost. The pass up. That's well done. Somebody clip that. My gosh.
That was just all around just big braining, and one tap, making that back pass, man. Just big brains right there. It's a great execution on the pass from East Coast. But I mean, that redirect was everything.
Oh boy, Miners gonna have to find something here. They look, I mean, honestly, they don't look like they have the right looks. And granted, they haven't really found their big goals. Oh wow.
Look back to Payne.
What
East
is
Coast and
going
Payne,
on?
1 and 2. Looking like a dynamic duo out there. 2 for 2 so far for them.
Yeah, I honestly really love what Payne's doing right now. A lot of the times you see that these guys, your first guy, and they just rotate back quick and they just get back there, have to help the defense.
Right.
Payne has now twice stayed up, and they have led the pass up to Payne while he's up. And he's behind the defense. He gets the great redirect, and it goes in. I mean, it is utilized a lot. You see it with NRG. Numerous of times they have one guy stay up, even when they're on, in the defense position. One guy gets up there, and it's just an easy pass up there, nice clear, and it just becomes a redirect. And and that's what Payne's doing right now. They're feeding it to him, and they're recognizing how to get behind that last man. And they keep doing that, and if we don't see the Miners switch up and really start dropping that third man back, it's just going to keep happening.
Absolutely. They're not ready for what's going on here, and I don't know that they would have been ready any other time in this game. But you're right. The strategies that they're using, the Pirates are thinking hard about how they can, win any little challenge here. They're going for things that these Miners aren't ready for. And the defense looks good. I think East Coast is a great addition because we see him sitting a little bit farther back as well. He's been consistently pretty far back, always ready to play that defense, and at least is able to stall until one tap is able to get back. But I think it really does kind of work in their favor that he's kind of being that player.
Yeah, I will be honest with you. I'd love to see a 1-up, 2 back from the Pirates. Let one tap get on that ball, be very dominant. Force a good 50 or pass off the backboard, and let your two guys in the backfield hanging around mid. Make the call on who goes. Have good comms going there, and let them make that call on who goes. And it could be really dangerous. That's putting a lot of midfield pressure against this team.
Right.
And I think that would allow a lot more scoring on the offensive side instead of utilizing big clears and back passes to just send it up to that guy just doing Grimmett.
Absolutely. I don't really know what the Miners have planned here, being down 2-0. I mean, they got to get something going soon when it's all just been Pirates. The Pirates have completely changed this game. They've completely changed the way that it's playing, and Doder with a little shot. Kami gonna see if he can get something going here, and it's saved out. And all of a sudden, the Miners are gonna be frantically looking for another goal on the net here, or at least at first.
The Pirates are definitely really keeping up the pressure. They have definitely come out more aggressive ever since the first.
That's so sad to see right there. That was such a good play by Twan, and no one was there to put that ball in the net. I mean, that was a free shot. That was what they needed, and just not up with them.
East Coast taking. Quan putting up high. One tap with the clear. Double commit. Payne catches. Gets the clear as well. Quan holds it, but Payne reads. Leaves it high. East with the finish. That's what we needed. The Carolina Pirates honestly needed the finishes. They had the passes, in the first two. Couldn't connect, and now they're finally connecting. And it's definitely showing.
Absolutely. I mean, they look like the better team right now. The Miners have no answers for what's going on here, and the Pirates are making it like they're just clipping on them. That's just what's happened. 2 of these goals have just been clips. Wow.
I'm loving that these guys are keeping up with the fire, and hope they can keep it continuing on for the finish.
Yeah. Wow. Payne breakout game. Absolutely looked phenomenal. And it's kind of crazy to see One Tap being on the bottom of the leaderboard there. I feel like we definitely don't see him there too often. But being that Payne just made so many opportunities happen for them there, I absolutely believe he deserves that MVP spot there. Gentlemen, we're tied at 2 apiece right now. I don't know that anybody saw this coming. Beretta, you said that it could potentially go to best of 7. But Henny, you called the sweep, right?
No, I said 4-1
You
right
said
there
4-1.
with you.
My fault.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna go like this. This is a whole different team.
Yeah.
These Pirates are playing as a whole different team. The Miners, I'm not gonna lie, that was a lackluster game from them. It was just not a good game.
Yep.
A lot of the spacing was lots of space, and they just could not connect when they had opportunities. They didn't have somebody up. I mean, they need to change it. They need to go get some tight rotations, tight spacing, and really start looking at mini pads, getting the quick touches. I got one, get off, let your next guy come up, touch it, and just really force that ball in that would be what orange side, and don't let the big clears come.
Yep.
You know, if you're gonna be up there, that and you're gonna hit that ball, you have to make sure it's gonna stay in that side. Get a good 50, force that ball left or right, where one of your teammates can come up and grab it, and keep possession of the ball, and just really work that defense to pull them out of the net, and take advantage of it. But one tap doing one tap things.
That's one tap doing one tap things. You're absolutely right. Jukes Kami absolutely out of his boots. And I mean, that's one tap doing ones right there. That's one tap doing one tap things. You're absolutely right. The Miners have to have sat down and thought to themselves, what are we doing wrong at this point? I'm sure that they have a plan. I'm sure that they know what's going on. I just don't know that they know how to execute yet. I feel like that's kind of been their issue, so no way. What?
Interesting.
Wow.
Cheeky. Very cheeky.
Pain's just like crack now, huh? What?
That was an accidental shot, but it was about to be a wonderful pass. One tap was in position to get that ball. That was about to be. I mean, that was going to go in almost either way. But yeah, these Pirates are coming out and they're playing different right now. I did not expect this, and I think it all had to do with just the change with East Coast, man. Bringing in a different flavor, man. They went from your basic grape to being that mystery flavor. And I don't think there's any answer right now.
Absolutely.
East Coast with the clear.
These Pirates are on their OJ revenge tour, man.
Absolutely, dude. I'm thinking that they kind of just really the Pirates are finishing now like they weren't before. Dude, Payne's going for so many redirects. The Pirates keep finishing, like they need to, and that's exactly what they need to do. I feel like the Miners are the ones that are kind of having the issues finishing right now. Kami almost with an own goal. They're gonna have to get this one out. They're gonna have to start taking some more shots on net. They cannot let the Pirates have this possession. They played such a possession game in games 1 and 2, and even the greater part of the game 3. But really, they kind of just need to figure out a way off of their own side. The defense doesn't hold forever. Everybody knows that.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the Miners probably came into this thinking one tap was gonna be very ball dominant.
Yep.
And honestly, he's not. He's playing a third man. He's playing the third man hard, and he's letting Payne and East Coast go up there and make plays, and he's just back there being the blanket. I mean, it's crazy. I was actually just describing this stuff to some of the guys in coaching. Sometimes even when you could be considered the best player on your team, you have to take a step back. Scrub Killer did it over the weekend, where he became a hardcore, third man for Dignitas, and for a guy like Scrub, you just don't expect him to be a hard third man, and you don't expect that one tap, but it's honestly working right now, and they just need to stay with it.
Oh, this is a great effort here from the Miners. Unfortunately, not able to take it to the net. Doder with some control here, but Payne with the clear. Downfield, it's going to be Kami. Going to have to make something happen. And really, it's kind of all about the Miners' touches. Before, they were all concentrated. They knew where they were going. I feel like we've kind of just seen, whatever hit they can take to get the ball down the field now. And that's not, the standard that you want to hold your touches to.
Nice 50. See if Twan can read that. Wow. Oh, nice. Shoulder up. Payne right there with him. Tell me, take it, collect. One tap. Going for the clear. Soder ready for the pass, but Payne's right there. Really, the Pirates' defense is really showing up now. They're definitely locking themselves down and really playing defense first. The rotations are clicking, and the offense is really working. But Miners really just keep that pressure on them. Wow.
I mean,
I don't know what it is, but every time you guys start talking about the other team,
the other team scores.
Yeah.
I just said
You
wow.
got Beretta sitting there talking about the defense, and then next thing you know, it just breaks.
Oh boy.
No more for me.
Yeah, especially
Payne?
if you're rooting for that team.
Yeah, right.
I'll be honest, Henny, infamously known for his Henny player of the game. But I'll be honest, you're also very well known for making these players well known. You know, you start talking about them, you give all these players all these props that you normally do. Oh no, that's unfortunate from East Coast, but you always give these props to these players and you say, oh, this player is going to be well known next season because of the performance here. And I'll be honest, the way you've been talking about Payne makes me think that he's going to have a big next season if he stays with it.
If Payne keeps playing the way he is, and, I mean, just by him staying up and doing some things that you don't see from any of these other, like these other guys, even in the ultimate, you don't see it too much by him playing that one up. Like, what a great goal! Uh, but yeah, I mean, he's gonna be a great second man to have. I mean, that's just. I'm not saying he's gonna be your number one guy, but his redirects are killer. And those are just small things that you're gonna look for that you're probably not gonna see as next season as a GM all the time, where you're just like getting tryouts and watch this guy just start getting some killer lost redirects. But I mean, right here, this is his ticket.
Right.
They win this, and he's a shoe in to get on a team easily next season.
I'd say even potentially first round caliber. A player like that with the smarts to be able to go down the field and hit redirects like that. I mean, if you're clipping like that every single week, there's no reason you shouldn't be on a team.
I don't know if I say first round. First round's rough, man. Gotta remember, you got a lot of high end players. It really more so comes down to who
The amount of
decides to
teams
play
for
next
next season.
Yeah, the amount
Oh.
of teams and who decides to play.
That's true. Our first overtime of the series, though. Immediate decision right here, gentlemen. Which way do you think this goes?
Pirates.
Pirates. Yep. Same
Ah,
here.
I think that they've just got it.
And I think it's gonna be a one tap one. I'm gonna give this one a one tap. We haven't really seen you know, crazy amount of stuff from them, but I think it's gonna be a one tap.
Yeah, I think it could be one tap. You think the goal is one tap, you say?
Yeah, I think one tap playing that third man spot, it's gonna go down to one tap. It's gonna be some kind of push play with Payne or East Coast,
Yep.
and it's gonna give one tap just enough space to, and I'm gonna call it ground to air dribble.
Tommy. Close it up. Payne. Touches mid. Easy for Twan. East ready for the recovery. Doder. Up. Pushes it to Payne. Twan. All these 50s, man. Twan. Doder with the
The
read.
Miners definitely want
right
this
there.
one though. They're trying to put as much pressure as possible on these guys.
Right. They don't want to go down.
Definitely an interesting overtime so far.
It's a lot of midfield game.
Payne I feel like he's definitely improved over the course of the series.
Yeah,
One
Payne
tap.
is playing out of his mind. This guy's having the series he's wanted for a while.
The shot?
Oh, this
But
is
out
not
of
good.
out of all the players we have on here, I think this is a lot to do for East Coast. I mean, to be able to come in and change the whole dynamic of the series, being the lowest player and a sub with only 8 games played, and he's coming in here and he's just
Oh boy.
Look at this.
Oh no!
Oh my! Oh,
That's killer. Yeah, go to East Coast for a second. Let me just remind you that whatever salary one tap's easily an 18.5, maybe not in threes, but normally. Doder, Kamikaze, Antoine are all up in that 18 sal range, and East Coast as of right now is a 14.5. So just take that into consideration when you see the work that he's done out on this field today. Thud caliber, and there it is, Kamikaze
oh!
with the killer goal.
And that should have never been a goal.
Nope. Out of position for the Pirates. One tap couldn't get there. Juan leaves the match.
There was no out of position. That was just Payne right there. Payne did not need the air roll. Payne, all he had to do was just go straight up and grab the ball, push it to the corner, let East Coast. He's right below you. Let him get over in that corner and push that ball. One tap's already up. Throw it up to one tap, and look for another redirect. He didn't have to do the whole air roll. It's just it's utilizing mechanic that doesn't need to be utilized.
Right.
Just touch the ball.
Yep. In overtime is always tough, but you're absolutely right. Making crucial touches in overtime is absolutely, the way that you have to do things. And, if you can't do that, then, just not able to take an overtime. And that's a game lost that you should have had won. Carolina Pirates definitely should have been up 3-2 right now. No doubt in my mind. And unfortunately, a little error like that can totally sway an entire series because of the fact the Goldminers have some momentum going into things here. So, interesting series of events. But do we see any Game 7? Beretta says yes. Henny?
Oh man, it's hard. It's hard. I'm gonna pull for it. I'm gonna pull for the best of 7 or the 7 Game 7.
Yeah, I think I am too. I think it'd be great to watch. I don't know what's going
That should have been Carolina. Definitely should have been winning that.
Yep. Beretta trying to get on the action.
wrong button.
Oh no. Pirates now on match point. They have to see this game won and take it to a Game 7 if they want a shot at the series and a shot at the finals here. Doder, Kamikaze, and Swan, all they got to do is get one goal, defend for the rest of the game, and they are all set.
Tommy. Payne. Getting airball. Ooh, air dribble. Tommy.
He said air ball.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, wow.
Airball.
We're out here in some hoops right now.
I love it.
Our soccer.
Oh boy.
Let's go.
He's off the touch. I really thought one tap was gonna get another one on that.
They were taking his time. 50.
There we go. So they were giving Dota way too much time to set that up. And we got all 3 Pirates over there in the same corner there. That could be dangerous.
So, Nolan,
Yep.
who do you think is the best dressed?
I first of all, I am not fit to answer that question. I know he's in chat, and I know he's gonna tell me who's best dressed, but I don't dare answer
already
that question.
did.
He did.
He
What did
already-
he say?
I think he said Doter.
Was it? I wasn't sure whether or not
What a
he had
shot.
said it or not. But again, massive shot from one tap. He's the only kid in the lobby who could hit that too. It's well done.
What an
More than
answer.
positive, Crazy said Doter.
I know. I saw best dressed was Doder. I just wasn't sure if it was by Crazy or not. We'll take a peek at that in just a second here, but
It was all up there in chat. Quite
Yeah.
a far ways up there.
take a peek at it. Figure it out. Game 7 on the line, potential for it. I think this would actually be the first Game 7 that we've seen for threes, as we didn't see the Game 7 from last night. We only saw Game 6, but
Let's really talk about like Payne coming out in a dominance. This man knew he was gonna start hitting some redirects and some crazy stuff when he came into the series. He said, you know what? I need that space on my card. Let me go ahead and just grab a flat piece of wood real quick and see what I can do. I did see
Doter?
something kind of interesting that the Dominus is actually a V6.
V6, really?
Yeah, so he's out here driving a V6 with boost. It's a little weird.
like what I'd drive.
V8.
Yeah,
V6,
you would think it would be like a V8, V12, something like that. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
Wow.
All tied up with 2 minutes left.
Wow.
that's just a breakdown. It's just a hard defense.
I mean, those are the goals that the Miners are finding right now, though. They're finding those little ones that have kind of fallen off to the side, or not a great clear. I think that clear game absolutely needs to be figured out by the Pirates. It's sloppy little mistakes at this point, and you cannot afford them.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely be a little hurt, if they lose this, to know that they're losing, they lost both games based off of just a mechanical error, really.
One tap up. Wakami is there for the read. Pain 50. One tap's last back. There's a clear. Pain. East Coast with the clear. Doter taps forward. One tap's there for that. Close redirect though.
Oh,
Juan serving it up. Doter.
the
Ooh,
bump.
Juan, he got the bump too. Yeah, I was about to say.
Bump is absolutely huge here.
One tap with
Oh,
the
this is a
power
goal.
slide.
no!
Ooh.
Oh,
So
Needs to go
close. Pain.
I'm so hurt by that.
One tap. Here. Going up with it. Tommy trying to chase him down. He's there for the read, Doter. Keeping it locked down. Tap stick with it. East Coast still there. Kamikaze.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's the
Ace-
game. That's all she
Ace
wrote.
You think
open
that's
net.
it?
That's all she wrote right there.
I don't know. I think we could. I mean, it's tough.
All they have to do is just park the bus, man.
That's
They
true.
Park the bus, and they just lock down that goal for 37 seconds.
That's true. That's
Oh.
true.
What really should have happened right there was with the Pirates is they should have really started going up for some more disruptive plays, and just told One Tap to do his thing, let One Tap get on that ball, and really, go 1v2, 1v1.
Yup.
And I still think he wins, but there's no disruption going on, and they're just rotating back at this point. They weren't putting the aggression there. So
I have an
this is all
opportunity
she
here.
wrote.
No way! Oh my goodness!
Look at that.
Wow. I just think we almost could have saw it, and it's not even over yet.
3 seconds.
It's over. And that's it for the Goldminers. Moving on to the finals. Fun fact: they are one of 2 1 seeds left in this URL final. Conference bracket. Them and the Foxes of Contender are the only 1 seeds left in the game. So interesting to kind of see what they're gonna have going on. Speaking of the Foxes, this is also not our only game of the night. This was only the first of 2. The Miners and the Pirates, immediately followed up by the All-Star Blizzard versus the All-Star Iceland Foxes, which is for sure going to be a banger. But we do have 1 or 2 more things left to do and cover in this game. We do have a little post-game interview to go ahead and complete, assuming that they will be joining us. But, I mean, you guys got any final thoughts about that game? Things that should be said?
I mean, I think it was a great series, man. Honestly, the Pirates showed um, a lot more readiness than I thought they were going to have, and Payne came out and he was playing killer for the 2 games. The switch with East Coast was the best thing they could have done. I think if East Coast doesn't come in there, it's
Yep.
just a sweep right away. So I mean, that was great to see, and it's a knock to East Coast that uh, that he's gonna be a great sub. Even if he's still one of the lower sals come next season, he's gonna be a great sub to have, and he can play up there with the big boys.
Yep.
So congratulations to East Coast for being able to come in there and make a lot of statements, and Payne proved that he can hit them redirects at any given point. So
Sir. Beretta?
100%. The Miners, yeah, they definitely were a solid team, but shout out to the Pirates for definitely showing up and definitely really putting up a good fight. They really figured it out, and as well, I agree with you, Henny. East Coast definitely, picked up as long with Payne and One Tap. Definitely showed up.
Absolutely. Well, we do have a little interview to conduct here. We've got the Gold Miner gentleman coming in here for a few words. Gentlemen, congratulations. How are you feeling?
Still a little cold from the 15-minute wait in the beginning, but other than that, I think
I
we're
knew it.
okay.
I knew you were gonna come in here and say that. I just
Nolan, you sent us to join the lobby at 8:54. The game didn't start till 9:12.
listen. I've come here to be able to stream your game, to be able to give you the credit for the job that you've just done, and you come in here and shatter me like this. Not cool. This is abuse. But
Abuse.
listen, honest to God, honest to
Common
God,
Nolan L. Common Nolan L.
Twan, we didn't see any of your own goals there. I'm proud of you. But
Honestly,
overall,
man,
I yelled at him.
unfortunate.
you did. I did hear that.
I gave him a thorough yelling.
Overall, a great game, well played. You guys looked awesome. You guys a little bit faulty in that third game. I think that would be the only thing I have to say to you guys. But what kind of happened there? What kind of took over? Obviously, the Pirates started to look much better and caught on real fast. But what kind of went through you guys' comms?
We decided to stop calming and just forget how to play the game.
Yeah, I would say we went a little brain dead. Also, I think one thing I can say, we didn't really the games we were losing, we weren't kind of looking for a straight up outlet, because all Pirates were doing were hard stacking net most of the time. So all we really had to do when we got our opportunities was just hit it mid to one of us. But I think towards Dead Air, I think you can agree, the game we lost 3-0, we never actually looked for somebody mid.
Oh yeah. Not at all.
No, you
So
didn't. You
we
guys
were
kept pushing
just-
the ball to the corners.
Yeah,
We were just playing banger ball back and forth.
yeah. We weren't playing our game.
Well, Beretta, what do you got for these guys?
Well, how did you guys deal with the pressure from the Pirates?
Mostly just control. A lot of times relieving pressure is just controlling it and just trying to force out when you can. That's it.
No.
Yeah,
Pretty much the same way you handle same way we handle the Angels. The second they put on our side, we just tried to quickly get it out and just flip the pressure as quick as we could.
We also kept our I would say our one issue also was our third. A lot of times we kept always having our third over a little far, because the Pirates we came into the series I think confidently knowing we are the better team offensively and honestly defensively. Well, I thought we were going to be a lot better. That team, I will say, I did. I think pretty sure I said I wanted to verse them, which, to be fair, I just wanted to beat one tap again. Felt good. But they were a lot better than I think we thought. We came in kind of a little confident, but we're not gonna overestimate or underestimate. We just played smart. We ended up adapting our third, which I think we've been doing with a lot of the teams, because a lot of these teams like to play this banger ball game, where it's oh, they're just gonna give it to our third, let her have our third, bang it to upfield or control.
Alright. Also, did you think that East Coast switch in was a significant change?
I think it's just East played a little bit more passive than Rainbow did in my mind. So I think it just gave Payne and Steph a little more room, which is what they were going for.
Yeah.
I think that's the only difference. Is it was more of Steph and Payne were just now trying to stay downfield as much as they could, and let East Coast just play a little bit more of a boomer ball, which he was doing better than Rainbow. So I think they were choosing him as upfield outlets the whole time.
Did you guys notice that I think it was about game 3 and 4 that Steph actually was playing third man most of the game, and it was East Coast and Payne up.
It didn't feel like it in game at all.
I was about to say half of the goals scored on us those games were Steph sitting behind our third for some reason.
No,
So-
that was Payne. That was Payne that
Payne.
was sitting behind.
Yeah,
Payne
had a
was
couple,
doing the
yeah.
crazy redirects. Payne was sitting behind. Steph was playing a third and kind of taking the midfield. So when you guys would bang it, go for the bang out, or
Wasn't
it'd
the
be a
third
50
game
back.
3-2? Right?
The third game was 3-2. They beat you, and the fourth one was 3-0.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. That third game, Steph kind of just got Steph was definitely more offensive there. I think with the switch in, East definitely let him play. I will say the fourth game, Payne was kind of just lingering, but the third game we kind of just let Steph have his 1v1s where we adapted towards the end.
That fourth game was just very awkward.
It was the fifth game, going into overtime, and they just ended up being you guys getting that shot, and it was a mechanical error on Payne's part. Doing a little too much, trying to save a pretty easy goal. I mean, was that like kind of a boost going into Game 6? Like, hey,
Yeah,
we just
definitely a little
won
bit of a
this
bounce
and-
back.
Yeah, I was about to say because like the mental is pretty low after games 3 and 4, and so game 5 definitely we were all like a lot more confident after that.
Yeah, we realized we were just keeping more pressure. And once we
Yeah.
realized that, we were kind of snapped back into where we usually play.
I think it was just more or less even with that going into game 5. The instant we hit OT, I kind of felt like we had it. Because the one thing that like was killing us, I would say, because we really didn't go OT much. I would say that series we always like closed out one goal at the end. But when going into that OT with us being the scoring team, and then we kind of like adjusted to our play style that we played out the rest of the series, I just felt like it was easy. Like even though like paying like that shot, because I'm pretty sure it was the one I took and I shot it top left.
Yep.
It was basically paying like the whole thing is easy in the sense if he position right. Like paying like how they were playing defense kind of caused that because they kept like I think we can agree to it. They clumped a lot, which led to us just taking advantage of like sniping it.
Yeah, they tried to over push on their pressure because it was like their main goal was to probably just keep us on their half like as much as they could. The problem is like when we finally broke out of it, they were a little like sometimes they were a little slow to get back. Mr. Third was sitting all the way back. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, pleasure to have you in here. Congratulations, you're going to the finals. Not like this was a surprise to me or anything, because I drafted you and told you all personally that this would happen. But I mean, you guys are gonna look great. Next week we've got Superstar Weekend. I'm hoping all of you are participating. And following that, we are gonna have our little finals after that. So we will see you guys there. Wish you guys the best of luck. Keep up the good work, and thanks for coming. You guys look great.
Yeah, Antoine, if you don't get a clip next game, I'll be a little upset.
For
There's no
real.
way that you could sit there and be leading this team at MVPR and not clipping.
Absolutely.
If I wasn't sitting there for 20 minutes, fucking ice
Oh
cold with
my
a broken
God.
controller coming in before, maybe I would have been able to do something mechanical.
Get
I
these
don't know, man.
clowns out of here. Get these clowns out of here. We got
I don't
another
know,
game
man.
to get to. I appreciate you guys. Much love and great job. We'll see you guys in a
I'll watch
few
that next
weeks.
game.
Nice.
We'll see you guys. Well, that does mark the end of game number 1. We've got game number 2 coming in for you soon here. We've got the All-Star Iceland Foxes taking on the All-Star Michigan Blizzard, and what I think is going to be one of the better games that we're going to see this playoff round as well. I know I say it for every game, but I truly mean it for this matchup because we got so many question marks on both sides of the ball with new players, with knowing how these guys are going to do. So I'm excited to see it. But any last minute thoughts from you guys?
No, man, that was a great series, and let's get on to the next game.
Let's do it. Beretta?
Set. Overall, one more shout out to the Carolina Pirates. They did well.
Okay.
But on to the next one.
Dude, heck yeah, that's how it works. Shout out to you, Beretta. First time casting, having to deal with me and Henny. An absolute triumph on your part, to be honest. But great job, dude. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you back. And Henny, per usual, always a stud.
Yeah, brother, you did great, man. The play-by-plays were spot on. You took it over for Nolan. Not many people get to do that unless you're Gil. So, great job, man.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me here. It was
Of
definitely really
course.
fun, interesting experience. I definitely would be interested to do it again. Had fun.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Is that just how it works, Nolan? I swear you say that almost every game. That's just how it works.
It is. Absolutely it is. But yeah, that's kind of all we have for right now. We will go ahead and get this next game going in just a second.
Shout out to the Elks, going all the way, 4 teams, gang.
Absolutely.
Let's go Owls.
Yeah, let's do it. Wonderful. Well, we will have our next game up here in just a second. Until then, go ahead and
Hide your
ahead and
wives,
enjoy.
hide your children.
Welcome back to URL. We are here with the Iceland Foxes. Are going to be taking on the Michigan Blizzard. Please ignore the technical difficulties. I'm told they are all sorted out, so we are good to go. No need to worry there. I'm Undead, and guys, introduce yourselves.
NB Outcast 02 over here.
I'm Red Spits 58.
All right, so how do we feel about this match today, guys? Who do we have?
Well, let's see. For Iceland Foxes, they got their goals 2.5, per game. The shots 8.2, saves 2.6, and both of these teams, they got even record 3-5, and it's gonna be interesting series.
How do
I
you
think
feel,
I
Rick?
gotta go with the Foxes here. I mean, they're the higher seed. They do have more shots, although the Blizzard have more saves. So I think it'll be a very, very close match since
Yeah,
their
I
stats are
agree.
almost identical
Yeah.
in all aspects.
Definitely gearing up to be a great match. It's strength on strength. Can't wait to get into it for sure. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the bracket real quick. And we have ourselves on the top side of the bracket here, this semifinal. The winner of this game going to be playing the winner of the Scorpions and the Tikis. Rematch of the last week of the regular season matchup for those teams. So definitely looking forward to that as well. Yeah, I think that's it's about how I
I
feel
mean,
on
one
the
thing to
matter.
notice is that both the Foxes and the Blizzard are very low seeds, and if I'm not mistaken, the Liberty were high seed, I think,
I
right?
believe that's correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
that's
the Blizzards did beat a higher seed, so it is
definitely
something to look at there.
definitely something to look out for sure. Cannot take any team lightly. I mean, everybody's here for a reason. There's only 4 teams left. It's anybody's game.
Yeah,
It's like
anything can happen.
It's like once the game is on, all bets are off. So
Mm-hmm.
anything can happen. Just waiting for everyone to join up here. Oh, jeez.
Let's do this.
All right, here we go. Excuse me. Drax taking it off the back wall. Close to the end.
Don't for a second.
Ooh, what a demo.
Go ahead, step in.
Great demo there. It's in the orange half here. They're just going in, hitting it to their corner, trying to get the pressure off. Going from corner to corner here, someone's trying to get possession and make it a dangerous shot. Jesse trying to contest here. Keeping possession straight in front of their net, but I think he's got it, hitting it to the corner. Trying to recenter it. So they got the pressure here. Everyone's low boost. Going for a shot here, delayed a little bit, off to the side. They're clearing it out, going for a 50. Off to the sidewall, everyone is very low boost and awkward at this point.
Oh, Drax gonna take a moment here, collect, let his team get a little bit more situated. Let's see.
Pretty close demo there. They went for a demo.
For sure. Cotney off great touch off the back wall. Drax.
Ooh,
double
commit.
there.
Both teams there.
All calculated, I'm sure.
Something I'm noticing is both teams don't seem to be playing together. They're kind of just people are just hitting the ball themselves, not really hitting it to each other.
Maybe some nerves coming in. Maybe you think?
Maybe just feeling it out in game 1.
I think so.
Yeah,
Definitely look for them to make some adjustments and gear up and play to the best of their ability, like we all know.
Great double demo there. Gave him a little bit of time to put on pressure. It is pretty even so far. I wouldn't say either team is
Yeah, I'm not
putting on more
seeing.
pressure than the other.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
there
was
might be a
just about to
shot here.
say-
Oh, it's off. Oh,
Just about to say, I'm not seeing either team get a
little bit.
lot of decent chances, but this is Rocket League can change in an instant.
Oh yeah.
Rex
True.
with a big
True.
clear. That should give plenty of time. Gonna have to collect this on the back wall. Gets dunked. Cottony's up to the corner. And it's gonna get cleared away pretty easily. It could be awkward for Drax. He gets demoed.
Oh, what a demo.
It's
Whoa.
open.
Double commit.
Oh, Cottony with the save. Let's just pinch back to the other corner, and these guys are gonna have to try and regroup here.
Some great clears from the orange side. I'm definitely noticing some miscommunication errors. There's been a couple of double commits on early. Oh, went for the double.
Right. Jesse gonna have to try and control this. Is not able to do so. Has to take that back out. Well, unfortunate.
Going for a pass here.
Oh,
Delayed it a little
Could've
bit
been-
because they
could've
know he's
been open.
awkward.
Oh, good shot
Oh,
opportunity.
close.
Unfortunately, not able to go in, and no one's there for that. But here comes
Jesse went
Drax.
for a demo. Going for a double touch here, trying to do something with it. Pinch out from the blue side. It's a pretty even game. 1 minute 10 left approaching, and no one's really had a really good opportunity here.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting as this series goes on. If these games continue like this, this is like
This is going to be
just-
the closest series ever. Maybe an overtime every game until one team figures out what they have to do.
Oh, wouldn't that be
Oh, the
amazing?
demo.
7-game series with overtime, 7 overtimes.
7 overtimes, that would be
At this
crazy.
point,
That
at
would be
this
crazy.
rate, with no goals and just a little over 4 minutes, we could be.
I mean,
here
we saw
literally
from
all
the
night.
stats that both teams are really good together. I mean, they're doing it, you know? I mean, both teams have not really put too much pressure on. They're just trying to find out an opportunity here. I mean,
I'm
20
looking.
seconds, maybe
I'm
a
looking to
shot.
see some more opportunities from both teams, because, like you said, both teams are shooting pretty well to see. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Just as I start saying I need to see some more, Drax delivers.
Yeah, blue pushed up a little too far there, and you know, Glow couldn't reach it, and it's unfortunate. They could get a kickoff here, but they shouldn't be let down. I mean, they did really good this game, held them off. Maybe they should pick up the offense a little bit because they are playing a little not too aggressive.
I feel like they just need to trust
put-
each other a little bit. I'm not sure if it might not be a lack of trust or whatever it is, but it just seemed like a lot of we're just gonna clear it and see what happens and maybe go for a solo play. And there were opportunities there, but the players just weren't in position to properly finish. But
I mean, as we see here, from the Blizzards, Drax has most of the points, and Zay only has 74. So maybe if he gets a couple more points in the next game, it might not be a 1-goal game.
yeah, Cass, what did you think about that game? What did you see?
Well, from both teams, they were just, I mean, it was kind of neutral all the way through up until the last, 11 seconds of the game, so they had to, somebody has to put a spark on, one of these teams had to put a spark on it, to really get the game going, or else it's going to be a long series.
I mean, there's only 3 goals each side, so they're definitely going a little slow on the offense side. I mean,
Yeah, they got to
I
pick
think
it
both
up.
both teams got to start going
Good
for
shot,
passing plays. They're just clearing it out here and
I'm looking for both
looking for a
teams
little
to
bit of
pick it
offense.
up.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they'll pick it up. First game nerves. I think.
I mean, and especially in that game, Drax had all 3 of Michigan's shots. So if they play as a team, it might become dangerous.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I feel. Is like a little bit solo plays from them, but from the Blizzard, but they have plenty of time to get this sorted out.
Definitely decent kickoff. Ooh, shot.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
a
in. That's
miss
just in.
there. I think he faked him. I think he thought he was getting a second touch here. Oh, he was just backwards and off.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate.
They shouldn't be worried. I mean, it took a whole 4 minutes to get a shot, so I mean,
I'm waiting for this to really start to heat up. That's what
I think everyone's starting to warm up and realize they got to start being more aggressive.
Well,
And especially because it's a goal on early, the orange team should start playing even more aggressive.
Yeah, wake up call for both teams. I don't know, maybe they didn't.
Great
too
demo
much
and bump
or
there. It's in front. Oh, he's awkward.
He recovers.
It's
Oh,
nice.
it's
But he's
open, I
not gonna
think.
be able- yeah,
Oh,
he's
nope,
not gonna
it's
be able
not.
to get there. Unfortunately.
Making them touch and stealing their boost.
Drax gonna go for a little bit of control here. I like it.
Nice.
Oh.
Beats one. 50 to the corner. Oh, went for the shot there. Orange trying to keep on the pressure here to get that goal back. Even going for demos too. Missed it. This is what I like to see. Orange
that's
is
wide
Oh, that's just
open.
wide open
Cotney.
again. Nice.
Cotney right there to pounce on the mistake. Glow stick touches it off a double commit from CJ. Cotney's right there to capitalize.
Had to be a miscommunication.
That's great from the orange side. They're glad to get that goal back from the start. I mean, they're probably thinking, thank God, we know we can take them all the way. I'm thinking this is going to be a great series. I mean, it's close both games. I mean, this one could have got out of hand if they just let that one goal lead go to them.
This is everything you could have asked for from a semifinals match so far, for sure. That's a great
what
touch.
a shot there! Oh my God!
Oh,
Almost.
now they
went
gotta
in.
get back.
They gotta get
Cotney's
back. Blue's
back.
storming in. Oh, he got bumped into it. Flick. Oh, they panicked. What went on there? Really nice flick. And,
Yeah. Great flick. All right, so have to do it. It's a URL stream. Who's got the car? Who's got the drippy car? Let's see. CJ's rocking.
Go through all of them.
Yeah, CJ's got.
Nothing's really popping out.
I think Zay's is pretty cool. I like the color combo.
Yeah, Zay's
We might have to go with Zay.
Yeah.
I think Zay is pulling it off.
Definitely.
Everyone else
I'd
either
have
has
to
a
agree.
default car or
default car or esports decal.
or esports decal, and you know you can't be biased with the esports. Oh, dangerous in front of the net here. Oh, orange with a great opportunity here, but he's low boost. Great touch though. Nice beat there. They're both in this corner. Going for a shot.
Oh, the
that's
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
Is that what they call a Nolan shot? Is that a Nolan shot? Is that correct? Oh, that's just such an unfortunate touch, Jesse. Trying to make a play, just wrong place, wrong time. I can definitely relate in my ranked matches. Believe me, these guys will tell you.
Oh yeah.
I'm the best own goaler. But you know they gotta.
Hopefully they don't let that get to them. They must recover from it and not let it get to them. It's all about the mental game in Rocket League.
Well, there it is.
Oh, with the
grab
play, what a save!
Maybe
Orange got to try and get it clear here because Blue's feeling it right now. They're trying to bring the offense in. Blue's going for some passes. That's what I like to see. They're trying to get it to each other and catch Orange out of position.
Yeah. Oh, I think there's a bump in midair on Cotney.
Yeah, that was nice.
Those sticks are beat. No
Man,
one, but again,
this is only game 2, and it's already a crazy series. And
again,
no one's
right
even
there,
winning.
something I was talking about earlier. Is he had a touch to the middle, but no one was there. It's just I'm not sure if they're just
They
afraid
might
to
just
give
be
up
going
the
for
next
hit at this
goal.
point. You
Yeah, I
know?
think they might be afraid to give up this next
Maybe,
goal.
but maybe both teams playing for overtime because they know it's a close matchup.
Could be.
Don't want to overcommit and lose it. Great shot there. They're both awkward. A demo right now would be great for blue.
Changing the direction of the play. But it's open. But
Oh, it's open if he. Oh, unlucky. Probably didn't see it. That's fine. Orange is keeping it in.
That's
Dangerous.
That's a clutch save from CJ.
Stole the boost too, so if they keep it in, it's dangerous here. But they're just giving them space to clear it out. All of blue is on that side of the field. All they need to do is get a shot on net right now, and it might be good. Here he goes up. Oh, 50 wrong way for him. I'm noticing some of these players having low boost when they're going on the offense. I think they need to gather some boost before going for these plays. That's why they're going for single touches, is what I'm gathering. They can only get single touches on the offense because they're kind of low. Oh, double commit here. Could be dangerous if he pinches it. Oh, no boost, but it's still up. Down. Overtime. Game 2. Jeez.
Who do you think is
If
gonna
this
take
is what the series is gonna be like, I don't know what to expect. I mean, one team either has to pick it up or it's just gonna be a 1-goal game the whole time.
All right, who we taking here?
I think I gotta go with the Foxes, right?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
the
going
Foxes.
Foxes,
Blow's on the
yeah.
Foxes, right? Yeah. Blue team is Foxes. I wasn't sure because in my opinion, they have been much more aggressive. Even though it hasn't worked out for them yet, I think they're starting to realize they have to go for passes and keep the pressure on.
I'm gonna go for the Blizzard here. I think Drax is about to score a clutch goal right here. Oh no, just kidding. But my opinion stands. I'm taking the Blizzard here.
Like I said, I think the Foxes are starting to play more as a team. I still think the Blizzard are just going for.
You can't
hits.
go
They're
against the drip god Zay. I mean, literally, his car is literally dripping.
Great touch there.
The power of the drip.
Something I'm noticing from the Blizzard is every time they have
Drax,
pressure, they're just.
oh,
Oh, it's open.
oh.
Oh, awkward. Every time the Blizzard have pressure, they're just leaving it there for the Foxes to pick up. They
There's a double commit.
Having someone pressure them. Great touch there. Could have a
Zay will
good
be
clear
back
here.
there. No.
Reading that touch.
DJ
Pass
will
back. It's fine. Keeping possession is great. Outcast, have you noticed anyone that's doing good right now? Anyone that you think is gonna help either team stand out?
Well, I think Drax so far, he has 5 shots, there's none of them going in really, and I mean, so Jesse might have to pick it up. I mean, so far I'm only seeing Drax.
It's so close that you can't even single
Yeah, you
out
can't.
one
No
player.
one's singling out. That's what I'm saying. You can't even pick someone that's like this person is gonna help them. Oh,
This
bit
is
of a
just
double
such
hit on the
an
play
even-
there.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying it's such like even matchup just going back and forth really.
Oh yeah. The tail of the tape did not lie on this one. They were dead even on stats, and they are playing to a dead draw right now as we enter 2.5 minutes of overtime. Oh, that's
great.
a clutch
Clear there. Oh,
tried to get the
passing
rebound.
here. It might be open. What a save by Vyvan. Now Blue's getting it out of their end, trying to get a counterattack here. He's reading it. Great shot on net and a demo. Blue should keep the pressure up here.
Zay, another touch. Drax is gonna push up here.
Oh, awkward touch to the middle. Someone's
Zay's
already
there.
up.
Oh, it hits the
that
crossbar.
Oh,
Olds back in right from Zay.
great clear there.
He's ready for
Oh,
great
follow.
clear.
Neither team letting up on defense here.
Oh, it's an absolute
They're not
clinic right
panicking,
now.
unlike us.
Unlike certain contender teams.
Certain contender teams that may or may not be us.
You know, that's the graduation ritual. You know, you stop panicking on defense. It's like congratulations, you've made it to All Stars. Cool.
Oh, it might be
dang.
open.
What a
A
save.
little high.
Like I said, I'm still noticing that the Blizzard aren't putting too much pressure on. They're just getting one hit in, and no one's there to follow it.
Yeah, you see that Zay hits the ball. There's almost nobody even on that side of the field.
Oh, great clear here. Right back in. Oh, that was a goal if that was on. It's unfortunate though.
Cotney with a great pinch off the wall.
Great pinch.
But again, nobody is
Nobody's there to follow up.
If
Gotta be ready for those passing
Oh, double
plays.
commit here. They both miss.
if I'm the Blizzard, you have to tidy up the rotation a bit. You have to start trusting each other. And I think they can really benefit from that because they're competing neck
triple
and
commit
neck.
in net.
It's neck and
my
neck.
God.
If they
We're about to
clean
hit
up their
5
rotations, they can really change the course of the series, I feel.
We're about to hit
Approaching 5 minutes here.
overtime.
Starting to see a little
game
bit more of
overtime.
tactical fakes. Everyone's faking more, trying to fake out each other.
This is only game 2. We're gonna be here all night.
It's gonna be midnight by the time we're at game 5. I'm
Hey,
like,
let's go. You know, let's keep it running.
I'm ready to get my blanket. Oh, here it is.
lay
Get your
down
ha-
in bed while we're watching
Get your
this.
hands warm. Get your hands warm.
Something
Oh, yeah.
I feel like especially all-star teams should do is more demos. I don't think I've seen a demo since game 1.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't.
Oh, wow, what a great
either.
player.
I'm surprised.
At least a
So,
purposeful demo.
Right.
Try to create some space.
Oh, shot on net here. Oh, it's just in.
Steals
Oh.
backflip and the drip got himself
yeah.
Zay putting it
Wow.
away.
I should have listened to you. Oh, he went for a bump in net. Oh, Drax went for a
And
bump
look.
on Jesse, so Jesse backflipped.
You called out Zay last game for his point total. Look at that, he's MVP this time. I think he had stream open. He was like, "I'm gonna show this guy 930 points." I did not look at the scoreboard that entire game. Wow, what an absolute!
I
clinic.
told you if one of them step, if they all
If
step
he gets
up,
more
it'd
than
be-
74 points, proceeds to get 930. Just
yeah.
casually, you know. And
I
hey,
also
no
said
discredit
they
to the
should have went for
Foxes.
demos, and Drax went for one right there, and it goes in. So I mean, right as I
Yeah.
said it, they did it, and it's a goal.
Possible stream sniping? Hello?
Oh,
Although I said that at 2 minutes, and so you know, I don't know. What do you guys think so far?
well, as you can see, the shots total for the Blizzard, you got what is that? 20 shots total, and Foxes saved 10. What is that?
10,
12
I
shots?
think?
Yeah,
10?
no,
Yeah,
12.
12 saves
12 saves.
on
The
Yeah,
oh my
12
god, 20
saves.
shots. That
Yeah,
just
that's
means
20
they're
shots.
hitting crossbar and post a lot. But
Yeah.
if they can just get that on target, they are in great shape here.
Although most
Yeah.
of those shots are the ones we're talking about where they shoot and no one's there to follow up.
That
so
is-
They need to
they
get
might
ready for
have
those.
35 shots a game if people followed up. I mean,
Yeah, they need to get ready for those passing plays.
Definitely living up to the tail of the tape here for sure.
Oh, Drax wins the kickoff.
what's it? It's 2-0
And
Blizzard now.
Michigan Blizzard are up 2-0. Game 3. Really
All right.
deciding game. Iceland Foxes.
Oh,
That's just in.
That's not
The
something.
Foxes are just awkward.
That's
Double
not
commit
something,
there and then whiff.
It's not something Hamich wants to see there. I saw in chat before I left that he was trying to give his team a rousing speech. Should hit me up after the game. I can help in that department.
Great bump there to give him space.
But no, they can come back from this, but they need something and they need it immediately to
Yeah, they
really
need
kinda-
immediately. Oh, great double
Johnny.
tap
Oh,
there.
Drax.
That was nice.
Again.
And if you're
Michigan
the Fo-
putting on the offense.
and if you're
I
the
don't know what happened to the
Foxes,
Foxes.
yeah, if you're the
They were
Foxes, you
playing
really
great.
hate to see this. You really hate to see it if you're the Foxes, because you were hanging your hat on. Okay, we're keeping these guys low scoring for most of the game, and boom, we're not even 30 seconds in, and you're down by 2. So this is going to be real gut check time.
It's
for
gonna
the
be
Foxes
really
here.
tough, especially because the other 2 games were 1-goal games.
Great demo.
I wonder how the Blizzard are gonna play now, knowing that they got this lead and the other games were 1 goal. I wonder if they're
Oh,
gonna play a
yeah.
little more aggressive to just run the score up for a bit.
It looks
Oh,
like
what
that's
a
the
double
case.
tap!
Drax
That
again
is the
already
case.
has a hat trick.
Game 3 has just become the Drax show. I was a little premature on my Drax prediction. I thought it was
I
going to
was
be
telling
last
you.
game. It is this game.
See,
This is
I mean, as I was telling you, they have to be ready for those passing plays, and as you can see, they're up 3-0 because of that. And Drax is,
I was just-
ready for the hits.
that's all it
Oh,
takes.
there might be another one here.
I'm
Ooh.
absolutely loving the pressure now. It's like everything from the first 2 games. They seem to be rectifying it. People are there. The rotations are better. They're playing as a team. It's all stuff you love to see.
Almost a flip reset there.
Yeah.
This is. I wonder what the Foxes are thinking right now that they had a 1-goal game, 2 games in a row, and now they're down 3-0. I wonder if
There's
so much time
There's still-
left though.
there's
They,
still
they
time.
can't let this
There's
one
still
go.
time.
They gotta start.
You cannot start thinking that this game's lost. There's too much time.
And they got
that's
another game.
Oh, that's not good.
But that's
flip reset too.
certainly is not going to
Wow.
help matters.
The Drift
As-
God and Drags just running it up.
That's Cotton's like 3rd assist already.
Yes.
Wow.
What a
I mean,
turn this is
Blizzard must be
taking.
feeling it. It was
Momentum has shifted
crazy.
dramatically. Oh, passing.
As much as crazy as that is to say, that's like almost true because even though they won the first 2 games,
Oh, what a save.
they were nowhere near as impressive as they are right now. And the Foxes, I'm looking at the Foxes right now. It's like it's gut check time. You have 3 minutes. It is still possible. They scored 4 goals in 2 minutes. You can score 4 in 3. It's just a matter of you gotta keep your head in the game. But they do need something very quickly here to build off of. Or you
Yeah, I
might be
think the
looking
Blizzard
at
realized that they need to be more aggressive, and the Foxes maybe taking longer to realize that, and then it might deprecate them. They're not really doing anything. I don't even know if I've seen much offense from the Foxes this game.
Oh, but side note, beautiful use of deprecate there. Man showing off his college education.
Oh
and
my
it's just
God.
free for Cottony.
It's just.
Oh,
open
that's
after
so
that, man.
unfortunate. This might be chalked. I hate to say it so early.
Yeah, especially with 2 minutes left, and the Foxes are struggling this game. I don't know how I feel about a comeback here.
Oh, wait, hold it.
Oh, one of
Vita's
them is lagging
saying-
apparently.
Yeah, Vita's saying he's ping. That's gonna be unfortunate. Well, yeah, before the game started, he had like 240 ping.
I mean, he was playing, so
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
wasn't too bad of ping that he wasn't hitting the ball.
Rolling with the punches. It's
Yeah.
adaptability, and that's
If you can't play on 900 ping, then what are you even doing? I mean,
900 ping.
That's just unfair, especially in a playoff game.
But if that is the
Torsos
case that he has been lagging the whole game, that is unfortunate. But maybe they take it into account for the next game that this game doesn't count for them because one of their players is.
You say 900 ping, and somewhere Torsos is just throwing his keyboard and mouse because he's forced to play on Oceanian.
I think we're gonna have to chalk this one up and.
It's definitely
see if the
looking
Bucks
like
can pull it
Yeah.
back. I mean, especially because the
Cottony.
Blizzard are.
Oh, Connie again.
the Blizzard are realizing they just need to go for it because the
Alright.
yeah, it's crazy.
Alright, here, we're gonna have a behind the curtain moment. It's looking like I'm gonna need to give another one of my speeches. If any foxes are stream sniping listening in right now after this game. Because it's looking not too great for them this game, but they have to focus on the fact that the other two games could have gone either way.
That's true. Especially game 2. Yeah.
At this point, it's anything the Foxes can get to build off of. Anything to just not get goosed here in this game, or the goose egg.
Yeah, because the Blizzard are going to be up 3-0, so it's going to be pretty dangerous for the Foxes here. They're going to have to overplay
Oh
it.
no, that's another goal.
Oh, that's another. Might be playing for the Brazil.
Unbelievable. This is just way beyond the scope of what I imagined seeing the first two. You told me either team was scoring 7. I'd have said you're crazy. There won't even be...
I mean, they have more goals in this game than
the whole
think
series
there has been the whole
series.
series, because the first game was 1-0. Right?
Oh, are they trying to?
Yeah, they're going for the Brazil.
Wow.
Oh, they're not letting it happen. The battle for Brazil.
All right, it's gonna touch.
Wow.
Blizzard go up 3-0. All right. Hamage, Foxes, bring it in. All right. You guys have had a great run this season. No one thought you'd make it here, but all three of you, I know nothing about these players, but I know all three of them can play better than they have, especially last game, but definitely during this series. Like, they all have it within them. Like they are here for a reason. It's gut check time. You got to find that within you. You got to stay positive. That's the biggest thing. It's just anything negative, you block
Jesse
it
might
out.
be going for a car change here. Is that why he left?
And it's the big
Yeah. Yep, going for a car change here mid-series.
big car change. So at this point, Iceland Foxes, it's 1 minute, 1 goal, 1 game at a time. Your only goal, win this game, win this next one. Then you worry about building off of that. So you have to win the first one to even try to get the reverse sweep. So at this point, if I'm in comms, that's what I'm saying. Is you've got to just
take it 1 game at a time.
Yeah, 1 game at a time.
Just relax. You guys are good for it. You know, you're here. Have fun.
Yeah,
and
that's,
then go
that's all
and then
that
go
is.
win and then go win the damn game. You know, it's simple. Easy for me to say.
And there goes the inspirational speech undead.
Yeah, let's see if that was as effective as the last one was.
Already a little
And
bit
I'll
of
say
trouble.
immediately, Jesse with the car change,
He's feeling it this game. The Fennec, which I don't know how I feel. I know many people think it's a good car, but maybe for a double tap here.
Oh yeah, it was juicy. It was very juicy.
I think he's feeling more confident in the car.
I'd have to agree. I mean, he's definitely. That's 2 shots he's gone for.
I mean, we do know that generally that Jesse is the backbone of this team. How he plays is how his team plays.
Yeah, hoping to see him respond to that. It's like, all right, it's like, that's our boy. He's not quitting, so we can't quit on him. He's not quitting on us, I won't quit on him. And it's like,
Here's the thing, the one thing I will note is that he did switch his car, so that's what makes me think they're not giving up here. He went to his car if he thought it was over.
Listen,
oh my god, awkward touch middle there.
Listen, would you come this far, semifinals, just to quit because things look bleak? Please. Please. You know, it's still anybody's game.
It is.
You
there
have
still
to have
is
that
a
mentality.
whole
If you're
half
gonna
of a
reverse-
series to play.
If you're gonna reverse sweep, that's your mentality. You have to just be like, it's just this game I'm worried about.
And they also have to adapt their game plan due to Viven's ping, with that really bad ping.
Oh, caught me with the.
Oh,
there we go.
Unlucky, no.
He scared me for a second,
but it turns out it was all calculated. I actually, I have the script Nolan gave me right here, and it says right here, page 32, he actually bounces it off the post and gets a double tap on purpose because why not?
Well, the one thing to know here is that the Foxes are going to have to slammer them here. And oh, there it is.
There we go.
There we go.
That's the response you're looking for from the captain, Jesse. That is exactly what they needed. That's their first goal in about a game and a half, and I'm really looking for it to revitalize this team.
I think they're taking that last game as a grain of salt. I think they're still.
100%. There was definitely some chirping in the chat after that one. They're trying to get the Brazil on purpose. So I think they took offense. Maybe it lit a fire under them. We'll see.
Oh, little open here, especially with the demo.
Nobody was there for that.
Very close.
Nobody was there. Again, we're seeing not a lot of pressure here from Michigan at this point. Oh, I am just kidding.
Have yourself have yourself a day, Drax. Look at this. It's perfection. The angle, it was just perfect. Beat all the defenders. You love to see it.
I mean, all three of the players from Blizzard are doing really good. All three of the players of Blizzard are really good, but Drax is really doing it.
Drax is showing up. Hat trick last game, maybe more.
Yeah.
Blizzard is definitely awoken here. And I'm, again...
Now, the one thing I'm going to know is, are the Blizzard going to get cocky?
Wow. That had redirect potential, but he just shut it down. Absolutely denied. Speaking
Great demo there.
He paid him back.
Oh, if he got
If he
that
had
touch,
been-
that might have been in.
So unfortunate. My goodness.
That would have been a great clip.
Oh. God,
Great air dribble here.
yeah,
Nice
good
save.
challenge on the wall.
I mean, one thing I'm gonna note is it's coming up to the end of the game here, but are the Blizzard gonna get too cocky? Oh, and they just get a third here. Jeez.
Just keep talking. Keep talking about them. They'll keep scoring. Isn't that? That's like. That's been the
their
theme
third time.
tonight. That has been the
their
theme
third time.
tonight. That happened a
I
couple
mean,
times.
are they gonna get cocky and then let the Foxes come back? I mean, we don't know. There's still plenty of time for the Foxes to even win this game before it goes to overtime.
All right, Foxes. This is your time.
Oh no.
Well.
Well,
that was
a goal every
I don't know
30
how to say
seconds, I believe.
Well, yeah. Any believers in chat? Let me see you. Let me see you, believers.
I mean,
Come on,
there's
pick
still
the team up. They
time.
need you.
There's still time. There's still time.
Tito, they need you.
Oh my God,
Oh,
great
no
clear
way.
there. Oh, and it's just in.
Oh, man.
Well, I don't know. Was that last game a fluke, or did they just let it run away from? Ghost touch on it.
Oh man, it's almost looking like the first two were the fluke. But you know,
I mean, we do agree that the first two, the Blizzard, were just not playing their game, and once they started playing their game, they just showed up.
that is the hallmark of a great team. Is they were not playing well. I think
And they
everyone
noted
here
what
could
they were
agree.
playing.
I think everyone here could agree they definitely weren't playing to the best of their ability. But the key is they were finding ways to win close games when they're not playing well, which allows them to then. Now that the team players are coming out, it's game over. Like as soon as they showed up, it's done. Like lock it up, throw away the key. See you in grand finals next week. Like pack it in. I mean, what a
You guys
turnaround!
smelling a Brazil here, or you think they're gonna hold it off?
Oh, I think they want it after denied last game, and they know they're.
Yeah.
It's about the only thing either team has to play for at this point. If we're being totally honest.
Oh, great.
Not to disrespect the Foxes, but sometimes
Foxes played great in those first two games. It's just the Blizzard
Sometimes-
adapted faster, and the Foxes just
okay, Jesse's
It-
gonna get one.
comeback here because
Easily winnable. Come on.
easy, just 4 kickoff goals with whatever that was.
But credit to the Blizzard and great season for the Foxes. But sometimes you just hit a brick wall and there's nothing you can do. And then other times it's just not your day. And, it's tough to see a team go out like this after they've put in all the hard work all season. But at the end of the day, somebody's got to lose, and that's the shame of it. But that's why we love Rocket League. It's just that thrill of competition, thrill of victory, agony of defeat.
There is one thing I want to know. I'm already thinking about. I'm already thinking about the interview. I think I want to ask the Blizzard what happened in between that second and third game that made them
for sure
just pop off the next two. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, obviously we'll want to hear their thoughts on every game, but I just want to know what happened because they just ran away with that second half.
Right. GG's, everybody.
Yeah.
Game set.
But so I know we were just talking about it, but what was our feelings on the series as a whole? Because that definitely that was a sweep. It definitely did not play out like a sweep, but
Yeah. Like the first 2 games, it was literally neutral, like neck and neck, and then like you said, all of a sudden something must have happened between game 2 and 3, where all of a sudden Blizzard just popped up out of nowhere. I mean, Drax, Zay, Connie, they all played great, but I mean, hats off to them. And Foxes, Foxes played great as well. Just unfortunate, especially Violence being,
let's take a moment to talk about Zay here for a minute. That's the guy I want to focus on. 5 goals in an elimination game after, he gets called out by Ritz in game 1 for having double-digit points. He responds with nothing but absolute banger goal, banger plays, banger of just play. He just played amazing after that. So it's like maybe they just weren't warmed up. They needed a couple games to get warmed up.
I did tell you if he got more than 74 points and the other 2 played good too, it was dangerous.
To be fair, you did say that, and
Yeah,
you
you
were
did say that.
100% correct. You were 100% correct. So let's see if we can let's see
Yeah.
if we can get these guys in here for an interview. I know I am dying to ask them all sorts
sorts of questions.
Yeah,
Hello,
Okay,
boys.
so
Hello.
I will give this a go here. Okay, so first off, how we feeling?
Great. Better than ever.
I
Oh,
would
God.
imagine so. After those first 2 games, it was looking like we might be here all night. But then all of a sudden, you guys just remembered, hey, wait a minute. We're here. We're out here. We're going to the finals. You just made that decision in between games 2 and 3. What was going in comms at that point? Like, what changed? Because it just was a light switch.
I can tell you something. A certain somebody gave us some pointers in DMs, and we just switched.
Oh, perfect.
We got some coaching advice, and we just turned it around and completely, Our coach is in party games if you want to drag him too. Up to you guys, but he was probably a key to the success of us. And yeah, we're in finals. It's crazy.
Oh. So, any questions, Ritz? You have a question to ask?
I mean, Zay, in that early game, you had 74 points, and one thing I said is if he gets more points, this might be dangerous. And those next couple games, you were on the top. I mean, what happened there? You just popped off.
What can I say? You know what I'm saying? It's hard being a sexy beast and good at Rocket League.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Now I know. Now I know why I suck at Rocket League. Okay. Nothing I learned in the Sunless Con video, by the way.
Yeah, but you gotta get a Nike tech, bro.
Oh yeah.
Nike outfit, bro.
Yeah.
Outcast? Any
Also,
Outcast?
I have one more thing to say.
What's up?
Shoot.
Killer Bunny. He was the only person predicting that we would sweep, and we are grateful for that
Oh God.
because he gave us the confidence.
Hey, I don't know if we ever actually did a formal prediction before
No, you
Yeah, I
the
don't
did.
game
think
while
we
we
You
did.
were
guys said
live.
No, it didn't.
it was Hamich and Tito. They said they're predicting no more sweeps throughout the rest of the playoffs.
Nah, bro, we're the
I
we're the
will
anarchy,
admit,
bro.
I did not have a sweep here, not by a long shot, but I did have you guys taking this one. I just had a feeling.
That smart man.
Okay. But
But the
so
real question is, who do you guys think you're gonna face in the finals?
Oh, Tikis.
The Tikis, yeah.
oh
Doing
Yeah.
anything
They're
special
gonna sweep
to
too.
doing
nah,
anything
no,
special to
hey,
prepare?
all right. This thing, okay. We're the contender team. We got to stand up for our boys. There's absolutely
Yeah.
no shot you sweep them. If they make it, there's no shot.
You know, I'll give him a 4-2. You know.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Hey. Well, congrats on making finals, man.
Yes, sir.
Seriously. You can take a day, take two, enjoy it, then gear up.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Say no
All right.
more.
No.
All right, GG's Foxes.
Jeez.
Sunday, 8. All right.
All right, guys. Well,
All right.
congrats. Have a
Thanks for
great
having
night.
us.
Congrats.
Yep. Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right.
too.
Bye, everyone.
Yes, sir. All right, guys.
Wink, wink.
Any final thoughts that we'd like to add, or I think are we good?
I mean, they said it. They think they're pretty confident. I mean,
The one guy really is like Zay is really like, oh,
He's feeling it.
yeah. But
I mean, yeah. One thing I need to note is if they have that coach there in that finals game, I think it's dangerous because they did say after that second game they got a little bit of coaching, and
I think the
maybe it's what we were talking about, which is they weren't playing aggressive, and
Yeah.
they noticed that, and so I think if they bring that coach to finals, it might be a little bit dangerous for our Tikis.
Definitely. Well, our Tikis have to win first, but to that end, the next URL stream is going to be Sunday at 8 o'clock. So be sure to be paying attention in Discord when you get pinged and get your butts in here because you don't want to miss any of these playoff matches. They're all going to be bangers. I'm going on record. It's great Rocket League from here on out. The stakes are only getting higher from here. So I'm Undead for Ritz and Outcast. This has been URL, and we'll see you next time.